for the coffee break, Father. Papa, Papa, haven't you been for the coffee break yet?
No, I said beer. My chest has been hurt for the last few days. I can't walk that step hill.
Here again, that cost 3 cents. Where did you come from with only one tourist in the house over 2 months?
I know. I'll send Amit the next time.
That would ruin the credit of the house entirely. But you've never done anything else.
Even you, Adele?
Even I am tired, Papa. I might have held out the longest, but even I am tired. Well, leave all of that. Have you paid the fire insurance on our house?
Yes, I have. Otherwise, we would have got the last mortgage.
Okay, how much is there left unmortgaged?
A fifth of the fire insurance policy.
So much, the better.
Adele, now please, will you put fire in the stove?
Impossible. I cannot till the coffee break comes, and you know that, Father.
Well, here it is.
Here's your bill, madam.
No bread, but a bill. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The baker won't be giving us bread no more until he's paid, and these bills were shoved on me by the butcher.
Oh God in heaven, this is the end for us.
Now, my money, please.
Here, money.
This is not enough.
Not enough?
Not enough. Thank you.
What's this?
Some candles that I bought for my dear little son. Today is his death anniversary.
You can afford to buy such things?
With my tips, yes. Don't you think it's humiliating to stretch out my hands every time a stranger leaves? Please, let me enjoy my sorrow one time every year. To the most beautiful thing life has ever given me, Lynette.
If we had only lived until now, you'd see how beautiful he'd be.
I exactly know how beautiful he is. At least, he is not like you girls.
Now will you be good enough to receive Mr. Antonio yourself? He is to now coming have his coffee without bread. Oh, if mother were only living, she would always find a way when you stood helpless like this.
Your mother had her good qualities.
Although you only saw her flaws.
Adele, now please leave. Otherwise, I'll meet the storm as usual.
You would do better to go out and borrow some money so all of this can be sorted out.
After borrowing for 10 years? Decades, Adele. Do you want everything to be end at once? Everything, Adele, everything.
The end for you? Yes, but no, don't ever think of us. Never, ever.
I've never thought of you, Adele. Never.
Do you begrudge us our bringing up?
I was just answering a question. Now, please leave. Otherwise, I'll meet the storm as usual, Adele.
As usual.
Good morning, Monsieur Duran. Morning, Antonio. Please have a seat. I hope you had a good walk.
Yes, I've been down towards Scully. They're putting out a chimney fire. Now, a cup of coffee is particularly good.
I am so sorry to inform you that, Mr. Antonio, due to the insufficient supplies, we do not do this business any longer.
How's that?
In simple words, we are bankrupt, Mr. Antonio.
But my good Monsieur Durant, is there no way of letting you out of what I just suppose is a temporary embarrassment? No.
Thank you, Mr. Antonio. I have been living in a state of anxiety day and night due to this business. I do not want to continue this business any longer, Mr. Antonio.
Nevertheless, I believe you're looking at the dark side of things.
Mr. Antonio, I do not know what makes you doubt my statement.
Because I'm going to help you out.
Thank you, but I do not need your help. I want my 3 daughters to know the hardships. Adele, she is a good daughter, but what do the rest do? Nothing. Play around, roam, flirt with people. Until they have bread in their hand, they're not going to know the value of money, Antonio. I do not want to do this business any longer.
Okay, granting that, but until the finances are straightened out, we need bread in the house. Allow me to stay a month longer. I'll pay my bill in advance.
Mr. Antonio, no. I need to stick towards my words. I do not care whether it leads us to the lake out there. Just remember the last spring that we had. We had nothing for 3 months, but thankfully an American family came and saved us. That's the good side. But do you know what?
What?
After a few days, their son tried to kiss my daughter. What you as a father have done, Mr. Antonio, what would you have done?
Well, I don't know.
I, as a father, exactly know what I should have done, but I did not do. I do not know why I did not do anything. Mr. Antonio,
On account of that very thing, Moshe Durand, I believe you should be very careful of what you do and what you don't.
Mr. Antonio, you are a great young man. For some reason has won my regards. But please, do not form any opinion about my individuality or about my conduct, please.
Okay, I promise it. But if you answer my one question, are you a Swiss born or not?
I am a Swiss citizen.
Yes, I know that. But I'm asking if you're born in Switzerland.
Yes.
I only asked because it interested me. Nevertheless, I believe your pension is closed. To make sure I pay you what I owe and not go away and leave an unpaid bill, I must stay here.
Mr. Antonio, please, that is not really a debt. You can think about it later on. Please do not think about it, okay? Do you need some bread?
Yes,
Sure.
sure thing.
Oh, there you are, Antonio. I thought I heard the old man.
Yes, he said he's going to get bread and coffee.
Oh, have you done that already? No, we can't stand him any longer.
How beautiful you're looking today, Adi. What that rat trap is becoming.
And such a trap into the bargain. I've said this for an entire month. We'd never ever get a live one. All of the bait gets eaten every morning. Now have you seen my cat Mimi around?
The damn cat? It's usually up early and late, but today I haven't seen it.
Oh, you must be beautifully badly absent. And remember, he who loves me loves my cat. Adele? Adele! What does Her Highness demand so loudly? Her Highness demands milk for my cat and cheese for your rats. Go get them yourself. Is that the way to speak to your Highness? Yes, that's the way. And besides, you deserve it for showing yourself before a strange man with your hair not combed. Oh, aren't we all old friends here? Antonio, go and speak nicely to your Aunt Adele.
No.
And then maybe you can get some milk for my cat.
Impudence!
What? What's that? Are you trying to remind me of my position, my debt, and my weakness?
No. I only want to remind you of my goods and my debt and my weakness.
Now listen, good friends. Don't fight, be good, and then I'll get you two very nice coffee, okay? Okay, Teres? Oh, Antonio, you don't want me anymore. You're thinking of giving me up.
Don't you cry like that, please. Makes your eyes look so ugly.
Oh, you're never as beautiful as Annette's.
So it's N8 now. But aren't you all fooling around? Isn't it time to have a coffee?
Oh, you make a charming married man, not even to wait a minute for his coffee.
And what a charming married lady you would be, who growls at her husband because she made a blunder.
You seem to be quarreling this morning.
See? It's N8 now. She's already dressed up.
Oh yes, Annette is so extraordinary in every respect. And she has a pride to be older than I am.
If you don't hold your tongue,
Oh, now, there is. Be good.
What's this? Yes! Did my eyes see right?
What did you see?
I saw that you allowed a strange gentleman to kiss you.
That's a lie.
Lie? Do you dare to lie in front of my face, Adele?
Oh,
Yes.
is it for you to talk about lying? You lie to us and the whole world about being born a Swiss when you're actually a Frenchman.
Who said that?
Mother said so.
Mr. Antonio, I order you to leave now, or
Or
else.
else.
Choose a weapon.
I don't know what sort of defense will you put up rather than a stick.
If I do not prefer my stick, I will prefer the gun that I used in the last war.
Oh, of course you have been at war. You who deserted.
I never deserted. I cannot fight the dead, but I can
then
fight
what
the
you
living.
doing?
Goodbye, Bush Durand. Keep my continent at $10.
I hope my person will follow you, you bastard!
Goodbye. I hope you'll miss the last ride from this sinking ship.
No, no, don't leave us.
He who cannot stand.
Father will kill us.
Perhaps it's okay to see your best. Then you wonder that this house has gone to pieces.
There's my child. Please say me the truth. Did my eyes see right?
What?
What? You exactly know what. I saw that you allowed a strange gentleman to kiss you.
Talk about something else. Tell me rather, what are we going to eat or drink today? And for that matter, it was a lie. He did not kiss me.
In heaven's name, that was a lie. Did my senses got wrong? Tell us, did my senses got wrong?
Prove it.
Prove it. With 2 witnesses, do I need to bring a policeman over here? Annette, my child. Annette, my child. Please say me, what did you see, please?
I didn't see anything.
That's the proper answer. You're literally like your mother.
Don't you say anything about mother. She should be living such a day as this.
There's your milk, Papa. What happened to the bread?
Nothing, my child.
Oh, you shall not have anything. You would throw away money so that your children are compelled to starve.
Did he throw away money? He should have been put in the mental asylum the time mother said he was right for it.
But he can afford to smoke tobacco.
My dear daughter, this tobacco did not cost me more than that of water. Although it was a gift that I got for an American family.
Well, at least you shan't waste the matches.
Annette, my dear child, only if you knew how many matches I've wasted on you seeing that, whether you've thrown the petals or not, Annette. Parents, my dear child, only if you knew how many times I've given you water, seeing that you're out from thirst. But your mother believed that giving water to children is like poisoning them.
Well, all that was so long ago that I can't bother to think about it. And as you only said, it was only your duty to do so.
It was my duty, and I fulfilled it. A little more, I think.
Well, continue to do so, or no one will know what will become of us. 3 young girls, left homeless and friendless, with anything to live on. Do you know what can drive one to?
Okay. You know what? That's what I said 10 years ago. I have been seen as a lone great man in an Indian field, which is going to fall into an abyss. But I can't even stop that little train.
And now you want hands for landing us in the abyss with you.
I did not mean that. Phyllis, I did not mean that. What I want is you 3 daughters to be a little less unkind to me. You have grief for the cat, but you begrudge, you snatch milk from your father.
Oh, so would you begrudge milk from my cat?
It was me.
And perhaps it is he who has eaten the rat's bait too.
It was me.
Such a pig.
Thank you for having poisoned.
Only if you mean it, daughter, only if you mean it.
Oh, you surely wouldn't have minded. You always talk about killing yourself and never seem to do it.
Why didn't you shoot me then, Teres? Why did you shoot me then? That's a direct reproach. I did not die because you 3 daughters, I did not want you guys to go see the lake, my dear daughter.
Stop such useless talk. And now do something. Do something.
Do you know what will become of us if you leave us in this shape?
Of you, Teres, you're talking about you. You will go and prostitute yourself. That's what your mother always used to say when she wasted all the money in lottery tickets.
Silence. Not a single word about our dear, beloved mother.
Okay. Now, the good show is coming. Please put the fire in the stove, Adele. Please.
No, the wind is not coming.
Adele, if you do not put the fire in the stove, the whole house is gonna catch the fire. How are we gonna think about the fire insurance policy?
I never understand you.
First, Annette, that, please give me a warm hug so that I can get you some money.
Oh, anything money?
Yes. As I said, we have a fire insurance policy that we can rely on, my daughter.
Oh, how much did you get for it?
$500 if I die. $500 if I sell it, and $5,000 if I die of it. Yes, please come with this. Yes. Are you so in love with Antonio that you're thinking of marrying him?
Oh, yes.
Then you must marry him. Yes, please do marry him. But have a good future and be a little less unkind to him. Goodbye.
Oh, Father, he wasn't our father. He wasn't die.
Don't you want to see me going to my peace, Ferris? Not you want to see me going to my peace, Ferris.
No, not if you wish it for yourself, Father. Forgive me, Father. Many times I've been so unkind to you.
Nonsense, my child.
But no one has been so unkind to you as you.
I've never felt it because I loved you the most, Ferris. Now, please go and shut down the windows, Ferris. Please go now and shut down the windows.
Here's your milk, Papa, and there are your matches.
You know, my child.
Well, what else can I give you? I don't have anything else.
Ferris, you do not owe me a single thing, Ferris. You have become such a great child. I love you. Ferris, please, you do not owe me anything. Farewell now, Annette. Farewell now, Ferris.
Are you going away, Father?
Yes.
I don't understand all this.
Yes, I am going away, daughter.
But of course you're coming back.
No, I do not know whether I have tomorrow or not. I will go, Amen. I will go.
Goodbye then, Father, and a good journey to you. But tell me you won't forget to bring something for us like you used to, will you?
Amen. I used to bring you guys a lot of things as gifts, but I do not. But surely I will bring you gifts, Amen. Goodbye. Goodbye, Amen. Through good and evil, great and small, where one shall shone, others gather all. Adele, please, my dear daughter. Adele. I want you to listen very carefully. Your sisters are upstairs. Be quiet. I want you to ask me whether I have life insurance policy or not.
Do you have a life insurance policy?
No. I'm sorry, but I sold it a long time ago. Because we were in need of money so badly, I sold it. Adele, please go there and check how many candles are there in a pound. How many candles are there in a pound, Adele?
Obviously there are 6.
Please check it over there.
Why are there only 5?
Because the sixth one is placed up very high
What? Good Lord!
and it will be burning and everything will be burning within 5 minutes.
No!
Do you have any other option to come out from this darkness?
No, maybe not.
Adele, even I have to die one day, but when I die, I hope I die as a man of honor. Adele, I was born in France, but I do not feel I need to say to every idiot that comes along my way, whether it's Antonio, whether it's an American family or anyone. Listen carefully, Adele. When I reached the age of military service, I fell in love with your mother, who is so beautiful. We were so in love that we thought of marrying each other. We came to Switzerland and married, but I never deserted the battlefield. Adele, I never deserted the battlefield. Everything, the story that your mother said was a created story. I never deserted the battlefield.
No! Mother never lied!
I swear, Adele, I am not lying. Everything that I'm saying is the truth. The inheritance that you girls should be getting was lost due to your mother's foolishness. She wasted all the money in lottery tickets, and the rest of the inheritance that you girls should be getting was lost in your upbringing.
That's not what mother said on her deathbed.
Your mother told too many lies on her deathbed, dear Adele. Your mother told too many lies, due to which you three girls have been rankly torturing me. But I did not even speak. I did not spoke a single word because I did not wanted you girls to point out at your mother as her witness. She was portrayed in such a good way for you guys and such a bad way for me that she made you believe that I was wrong the whole time and she was right the whole time, that I was wrong again. No, I was not wrong. She made sure that I was in the bad books, Adele. She made me good for nothing when I was kind and miserable when I was sensitive, Adele.
It's honorable to accuse her death because they cannot defend themselves.
I will die too, Adele, but will you defend me then? No, do not defend me, Adele, but defend your sisters. I smell the burning straws, Adele.
What?
Okay, Adele, calm down. Psalm 91 verses 10. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near to your house, for he shall provide his angels to guard over your house. Amen. Lord, protect us.
He will protect you girls. But, Adele, I want you to take motherly care of your sisters when I am not there. I want you to find a better school for girls, to make sure that she has a good upbringing. I want you guys to make sure that, please, Adele, buy some good clothes for them.
It's morning! It's morning, Father! Father! What's the matter with you, Father? You have taken poison!